Hi, Umama. To start,
Hello.
to start us off, can you tell us a little bit about yourself as well as your company, SweatPack?
Yes, thank you so much, first of all, for having me, Rick. I'm so excited to be here. I'm Umama, the co founder and CEO of SweatPack, and my passion is for connecting people through fitness. So I found the magic at the intersection of sports, fitness, community building, and technology because I recognize through fitness when you empower yourself, see a transformation within yourself, that's when you can go off and impact your community and have a global scale impact using technology. That's why I developed SweatPack, which is an app that connects people to group workouts and sports leagues. We're helping people be active and stay accountable.
hmm And can you walk me through that background story? So, how did you first come up with your business idea?
Yeah, I think it's definitely an evolution of my name. So the root of my name, Uma, actually means community. So it's pretty funny that I've always been that community leader, watching my dad host these type of family picnics. And then I was always like slumber party queen, president of all these clubs. And I always had this like entrepreneur blood in me. And then, of course, being in a sorority, I learned how being a part of a group helps you feel like you belong and it keeps you central on a mission. So after I graduated college, I was like, okay, wow, I don't know what to do next. I'm usually someone that can join a club and be all in, but I didn't really have that as an adult. So I was dealing with a lot of depression, just trying to find myself. So I used fitness as a way of trying to find myself and meet new people. I joined a lot of sports leagues. And so as I was going through this journey, I was sharing it on social media and I was learning, wow, so many people in the fitness world love being able to connect with people digitally, but it's so hard to find people in person to stay consistent. Because what I learned is so many people have a gym membership, but 67% of people that have one don't actually use it. Then on the sports league side, it's like, oh, cool, sports are so cool. You meet up every single week, you play a sport. But why is it that like someone that doesn't know how to play sports would be so excluded from that type of community? So in 2017, I initially came up with the idea, but I started a marketing agency first to help understand on the gym and trainer side what they needed on the consumer demand side. And then I worked with consumers and hosted events nationwide. And eventually in 2019, I was like, okay, no more waiting. It is the time to go. So I developed the marketplace solution so that I could help both parties have a solution.
That's awesome. And what would you say was the most challenging moment for you so far in running your own business?
Oh, most challenging moment. I mean, look, I feel like we have them every single day. So I feel like my failures and pivots come and go. But I think definitely personally, challenge I've had to have overcome is that notion of not feeling good enough. I'm definitely my biggest advocate and cheerleader, but also my biggest critic too. And so I've definitely invested a lot into therapy, personal development, reading, meditation. That has all kind of helped me flow through those ebbs and flows because it's inevitable. As an entrepreneur, you'll have your ups and downs, but when you always refocus back onto yourself, that's when we stay straight on the path. And I'm very grateful that I do have that perspective.
hmm And you're actually one of the first female founders that I'm able to find and interview.
Oh my God, we got to change that.
Yeah. I was wondering, what are some of the challenges that are unique to being a female founder?
Okay, so as a female founder, I think it definitely comes with mindset, right? For me, sometimes I have a hard time remembering I'm a brown female founder because I look at myself as very powerful and I feel very powerful. And sometimes people are like, wow, you have the confidence of a white man. But that's what it takes. We can't look at ourselves as unequal because when you put out that confidence, people see that and they'll take advantage of it. So I think as women, typically it is building that foundation of personal confidence and staying straight in your lane. However, I do understand there are industry things that kind of keep women back, but it might come with funding or it might come with access and resources. But I feel like there's no excuse now with social media being such a great avenue to just kind of build your own community, crowdsource if you need to, and galvanize people that are actually behind you. I think when we take the time and focus on what we're not getting, then we're not focusing on all the people that are there to support. So I'm definitely promoting that message to help other female founders understand there's a lot of opportunity. We just need to stop being negative about what's not working.
Mm-hmm. And kind of on the flip side, what has been like the best, most satisfying moment for you so far?
Oh my God, so many satisfying moments. Okay, well, I think recently with coronavirus obviously affecting us globally, I'm so proud of my team. So my co-founder and I, Marvin, really sat down after Corona. You know, our mission in life is to connect people in real life. So when this hit, it was like, wait, what do we do? Like, this totally goes against our entire business. But then we went back to the foundation, which is, look, SweatPack is all about community and commitment. How do we do that in a virtual landscape? So number one, we're always thinking, okay, how do we first take care of ourselves? Because we know we can't do anything until we've done ourselves. So we made sure we were good, our families were good. Then we polled our audience. So this is where we really galvanized through social media and calling people up and understanding, okay, what challenges are you having with fitness right now, or just your social connection and your well-being? And people were like, you know, I need to get outside, I need to stay active, but I feel like I'm being drowned out in all this negativity around me. And so we knew SweatPack as our mission was, okay, how do we bring all these people together so that they can socialize, they can stay active? And we launched our virtual series 3 weeks ago, sold out of all of our spots for this first round of virtual challenges we've never run before. So it was just amazing. And then we had 85% of people say that they wanted to engage and do this again. It was that successful. And it reminds us as a team that, you know, no matter what the landscape looks like, community and commitment will always be a part of our mission. We will always stay committed to that.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And so if you could kind of time travel back to when you were first starting out, what is one advice you would tell yourself?
Oh my God, save money. If I give myself one, well, look, you know, I go back and forth with that. I think definitely financially preparing yourself for entrepreneurship is very important. However, I know I work best when I'm scrappy and when I have to fight for something. So, you know, I've always managed to pave my way and make those opportunities. But, you know, I think thinking back, if I planned better, that might have set me up for better success. But, you know, there will always be opportunities for financial growth.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a role model? And if so, what have you learned from them that you apply to your business?
Yeah, so I have a pretty different view on role models. I view myself as my own role model, but I believe in having mentors, mentoring moments with people that I meet across the world. So I've worked out at over 400 gyms, connected with over 100,000 people on social media. So I look at all those opportunities to learn from other people's experiences and apply them directly. So I find my mentors to be above me, so people that have already kind of been on the path that I've wanted to pursue, and then I have mentors beside me, which I think are the best people. So it's people like you, people that are like in the same journey as me, and we can grow together, help each other through obstacles. But then there's also the importance of having mentors below. So being able to teach and retain people that want to learn and grow from you. So I'm not sure if I could name one single person, but if I did say one leader that has made an impact on me is my mentor, Anna. She was my first boss out of college, and she's grown with me through all my career changes and definitely been my advocate for me to push through my BS excuses and really make it to the next level.
Mm-hmm. And so you also kind of touched on this a bit earlier, but of like how to utilize social network. And so you have over 100,000 followers across Instagram, LinkedIn. So I was wondering if you have any tips on, you know, how to grow on social media.
Yeah. So I have three tips on that. So I actually developed a method called the C method, content, collaboration, and engagement. When it comes down to organic growth on any social media, it will come down to, first of all, distinguishing who you are authentically as a brand, that's self-awareness. Then understanding what are your 5 pillars, your 5 buckets of content that you know you can always deliver on that stands true to who you are and that can continue to evolve, and showing up for that audience consistently with those content pieces. But 2 is collaboration. Doing this right here, right? Who are people in your network that have the audience that you want, and how can you bring value to them? And when you think about that collaboration landscape, number 1, you're growing, of course, with your followers, but you're also growing as a leader in producing content. But number 3 will always be engagement, which is how are you actually commenting and reaching out to people? How are you developing these relationships outside of content? Through the DMs, through comments, through events, whatever it takes to really nurture those relationships.
Gotcha. And do you have any advice for someone like me who's still a student, but I'm interested in entrepreneurship and wants to potentially start a company of my own in the future?
Yeah, dude, start now. I mean, in college, you have the best opportunity. You have access to so many students. You could start a club on the university's budget. So take advantage of that. I definitely did that. I started Greek Council at Georgia State. You learn everything from like how to set up your executive level team. You learn how to set up bylaws, how to host meetings. Like that itself is encompassed in how to launch a business. And I can definitely say that's what helped me. And since you have access to students, start doing customer discovery. That means go out there, start polling people, whether it's through social or in person, and host events. Get people together so that they know what you're good at and what you enjoy. But that definitely takes first going back and diving deep into yourself and understanding what is it that you enjoy? What is it that you want to galvanize people around and offer value for? And then with that, use the resources around you and you will crush it.
That's awesome. And before we end, I have 8 rapid fire questions. So just try to answer them as quick as possible. So the first one, if you can have a superpower, what would it be?
A superpower, oh no, this is hard. If I had a superpower, I want to fly.
Okay. And what's one thing you can't live without?
Hot Cheetos.
And what is your workout routine like?
Hit it and quit it in the morning.
And that kind of connects to my next one, which is what time do you usually wake up every day?
I just started waking up around like 10 nowadays, 10 a.m. But I go to bed at like 1 a.m.
Gotcha. And if you could have dinner with anyone, who would it be?
Brian from Airbnb.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
And if you are to start another company, what industry would it be in?
Social media engagement marketing.
And the last one, what's the best advice you've ever received?
Be selfish before you're selfless.
Gotcha. Well, that's it for today's interview. Thank you for taking the time to do this. And I wish you and SweatPack the best of luck and stay safe.
Thanks, Rick. Oh, this was so awesome. I appreciate you having me on today.